Because you didn't tell me you had 4 kids.
Okay, and I was supposed to tell you that? I was supposed to tell you that right then when I just met you 2 days ago?
Yeah, you were supposed to tell me that. How you gonna lie?
I never lied. I just haven't told you yet. I have 4 kids. Okay, so what's the problem?
You got 4 kids. There's 4 other mouths to feed. What's
Okay,
yours?
and so what? So are you not capable of taking care of them?
Yeah, I'm capable of taking care of them, but I don't want to. It's my choice.
So why did you feel like you needed to bring me to a date? You said that you would like the type of person that I am. So if that's the case, why is it that you don't want to go date me furthermore now?
I do like you. Like you cool, you fine. But you got 4 kids.
Okay, and?
Was you ever married?
No, I was not. I got 3 baby daddies.
Okay, but damn, you got 3 baby daddies? See, I know. No. Baby girl, I ain't got no problem. Listen, I like you. You cool. Man, listen, one baby daddy.
It's not even cool at this point. One baby daddy what? I don't have one baby, I have 3.
Okay, 1 kid. Okay, maybe you made a mistake. 2. You pushing it. 3? No.
That man is fighting for his life because you can tell that he really does like this woman. But he just keeps on getting slammed with worse and worse news. Honestly, that man is just disappointed because it is very disappointing when you meet somebody online and they're not completely open and honest about themselves having children. I don't think that's fair. And that is because it is a common, well-known deal breaker for some people, especially people that obviously don't have kids. Knowing that it's a common deal breaker for men and women, that is why that should be provided up front before one person puts in all of the time and effort into planning and paying for a date, which is, come on, always the man. Honestly, that man, you can tell, is not even mad. He's just really disappointed. He put in the time and effort, and he probably was pretty excited for this date. It seems like that she was a really cool girl. He seemed to be really into her, but you know, he has deal breakers, and kudos to him for standing by that.
And I wonder,
I'm starting to understand why some women allow their emotions to guide them through life, because when they use their brains, they formulate thoughts like this. Viewer discretion is advised.
how would you men feel if women start coming out saying, look, I don't want no relationship with you. I don't want no relations with you. I just want to you, slut you out, and send you by your way. How would you feel?
Who's gonna tell her? Who's going, you know what? All right, fine, I'll do it. Sweetheart, for the record, and the record only, there are already women that say and do that very thing. Now, it is not granted to every man. That is very true. You got to be a particular kind of man or type of man in order to receive that kind of treatment. However, that approach to sex doesn't change anything for men. We actually enjoy it a lot of the time because most of us, believe it or not, don't want nothing from y'all except the cat. Before y'all try to get in my comments and say, oh, this was wrong, man. No. I need you to understand that most of y'all are not relationship material the way y'all think y'all are, which in turn makes choosing a partner quite difficult, especially in today's day and age. And I know that's going to be a little difficult for a lot of y'all to digest. However, if you just take a step back, breathe, and just hear me out, you will understand a lot of y'all aren't who y'all think y'all are when it comes to relationships. Y'all allow social media and y'all friends to inflate y'all egos and have y'all believing that y'all are just these well-rounded individuals ready for relationships, marriage, and children. All times, some of y'all suffering from daddy issues, a lack of self-discipline, a lack of consideration, a lack of empathy, a lack of selflessness, understanding, patience, work ethic, compassion, kindness, thoughtfulness for another individual that is not yourself. A lot of y'all are wanting relationships thinking this is just something that's just going to benefit you and you should be the only one receiving. And that is the biggest problem within itself. But you know what? I digress. To finish addressing what she mentioned at the beginning of the video, sweetheart, that is not going to do anything but make men feel better. And if you don't believe me, just go ahead and try it. Let me know how it goes for you. Y'all keep the change.
Like, I'm confused. Y'all love to call men sassy. Y'all love to call men and this and that. This gives very much lesbian behavior to me. Women do not respect women. And this is something I've realized in my lifespan of having interpersonal relationships and more so even just working with so many women throughout my career. For those of you who are new here, I am a certified life coach. I specialize in love and relationships, self-development, and finances, and I have been doing so for a decade. Y'all remember when Nipsey Hussle or whatever, right? And Lauren London, I think to this day, Lauren London is That's my baby. That's the man that changed it all for me. That's the man that really gave me a good scope on relationships. That's who was just going to be till the day I die, right? And I think there was I forgot who it was it Kodak Black maybe? I don't remember who it was, but there was some entertainer who had tried to make some type of advances towards Lauren London on social media. I don't remember how it went, but y'all know, because y'all keep up with this stuff way more than I do. And there was a plethora of male entertainers that came out talking about leave her alone, Nipsey this and respect Nipsey that and so on and so forth, right? Do you know why they stood up for Lauren London? It was not predominantly because of Lauren. It was because of Nipsey, because they respected Nipsey. Men respect men, but women do not respect women as a whole. That's why you'll see that men are less likely to be side dudes as opposed to women who are more likely to be side chicks. These are statistically proven. I made a video about it. I'm not arguing with you. This is why men can go on their boys trip and come back all friends. And then when some women go on these girls trips, they come back beefing, hating each other. And sometimes, unfortunately, someone doesn't come back at all. I talk a lot about romantic relationships on this page, right? And that's because that's where my expertise is in. That's what y'all want to hear. But honestly, if you do not know how to have a good relationship with a woman, with the person that you're more than likely going to have a relationship with or multiple relationships with, you're unlikely to have a good relationship with a man, romantic relationship that is. At one point when the women were getting the BBLs and their bodies done and all this type of stuff, I would say it was for a man. Now y'all are doing it to compete with the other woman because you want to look better for the other woman. I'm confused. Y'all love to call men sassy. Y'all love to call men and this and that. This gives very much lesbian behavior to me. Y'all doing everything in competition with another woman. Y'all changing yourselves in competition with another woman. You only want to have aesthetically pleasing female friends. Let's be for real. Let's work on having better relationships with ourselves and better relationships with the people around us. And again, women are going to gravitate towards women. So focusing on having those more impactful, meaningful, genuine relationships with other females. Let's start there. Stay safe.
And just dating black men, I'm over it.
Man, if I didn't know any better, I would really think that men are the only problem that women have in life. Your discretion is advised.
Black men just can't get my time no more. I've been dating black men my whole life, and honestly, it has gotten me absolutely nowhere but...
Ma'am, have you ever considered that's probably all you were offering in those interactions?
It is just BS. I'm so over it, y'all. I started dating an Asian man out of nowhere. I literally was dating an Asian man for a whole week. We went on dates straight. Courting, gentleman, just everything. Older, established,
First and foremost, I don't believe her. But if it is true, why aren't you dating that man? You found exactly what you think is valuable to you. You found exactly what you say you were looking for. And yet you are not his girlfriend or his wife. Why? But in turn, you're online still complaining about the men that you say you want nothing to do with. I don't understand.
These black men be on the internet flexing like it's so good. They got it. They swear they got it. The moment you ask them for some money, it's a problem. It's this, that,
I see what's going on here. She asked some man for some money. He didn't give it to her. He probably said that he would, and he never delivered. Not only that, she is absolutely broke, and it's frustrating. And so instead of fixing her own problems, she has more energy for the person that she believes should be paying her bills or giving her money. And the reason she believes that he should be paying her bills or giving her money is because she is him. Yeah, that's what's happening here.
Babe, can I have 1,500? Oh, it's excuse. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna send it soon. Oh, yeah, I got you. Never sends it. Then, something came up, blah, blah, blah. What? I can't ask you for 1,500. Babe, my 2 car seats in the back together are over $1,000. I can't ask you for 1,500. What am I gonna do with you?
Did I hear that correctly? Did she say 2 car seats in the back that cost over $1,000? Ma'am, you're living above your means, number 1. And number 2, where's those children's father? That's the person you should be asking for money. Not some nigga that you laying crack because he had motion or you see him in the club and he was the man and he was popping bottles and doing all kind of wild. Where's your baby's father? That's who you need to be asking for money. And if you were to ask me, you got way too much time on your hands. You know why you got too much time on your hands? Because you're making this video. This video is not going to do anything for your life. Men are not going to see this and be like, bro, I really need to give her 1,500. She really deserved it. I could see the pain in her eyes. You got with a man, you allowed him to use you for recreational purposes, and now you're complaining that he doesn't want to give you his hard-earned money? So not only do you live above your means, you are also irresponsible, you lack discipline, and you clearly don't know how to prioritize correctly. Ma'am, you are the common denominator for all the things that are going wrong in your life.
Pass me the CEOs, pass me the men who want to have a wife and children and a home. Not all
Pass you the CEOs, ma'am. You couldn't get a CEO before you had kids. What makes you think you're going to be able to get it after? You know what? I got to stop playing. Ma'am, CEOs are not being passed around, but I'm sure you don't want to hear that coming from me because I am just a normal guy. Yeah, keep the change.
You know, one of the ladies that was, kind of giving her take on relationships today, she asked a good question. She said, I ask my man permission because, I respect his judgment. Basically, I respect him. And, if he's a good man, why would you not want to listen to him? Well, quite simply put, modern women, they think that their judgment is above his. Really, he's there as, no matter how competent he is, he's there as a backup affirmation specialist. So that's really what he is. He wouldn't even be a backup affirmation specialist. He'd be backup for affirmations. She's going to get up every morning and tell herself, I'm the greatest, I'm the baddest, I'm the hottest, I'm the smartest. And he's got to be there to say all of those things, but to go overboard. So he's really her hype man. That's why he's there. So when he's telling her, maybe you should do this, or I think you should do this, he don't really have any say. It's really the thing is really, well, I understand what you said. I understand what you're telling me. I understand what kind of guidance and direction that you're giving me, but I'm actually smarter than you.
So men, I need you guys to stop molding women who do not want to be molded. Yep. So here's what a lot of women know. A lot of women know that men tend to fall a lot harder when it comes to being in love with a woman, right? So if a woman can get you to fall in love with her, she knows that she has almost like control over you, right? Because women can fall in love 2, 3, 4 times a year, whereas men don't really fall in love like that. So when they actually do really fall in love, right, they tend to stay in situations that do not best serve them because they want to fix the situation. Because you guys are natural fixers. You guys want to resolve issues, right? You're very solution-based. It's just in a man's DNA. But women will use this against you and literally manipulate you into staying into relationships that do not best serve you. And what will happen is you'll be trying to fix this woman. You'll be trying to mold her into what you want her to be. And you'll keep on trying to fit a circle into a square. It's never going to work. So my advice to you guys, men, let's normalize actually getting a woman who has the qualities that we want and then working with that instead of trying to mold, force, and fix a woman into what you actually want. It's slim pickings out here, but guess what? There still are some good women, and make sure you value yourself enough to get with one of them.
And what I also tell black women, if you're going to go get you an African man from the continent, you're going to have to understand that the way in which you talk to black men in America will not be tolerated over there.
It's not tolerated here. That's what we're trying to tell them.
Well, over here, I want to say this to us, though, because we try to act like the way sisters treat us doesn't have a history that we are not at least partly responsible for. Let's be honest. The black woman has had to hold down the black house by herself, although imperfectly. She's had to do it by herself since the mass incarceration of black males began in the 1970s. So when a sister says, I don't need a man, because she couldn't find one strong enough to hold her down, or when you meet a woman and you say, sister, I'm strong enough to be your man. You ain't got to work or you ain't got to pay the bills or whatever. Pull back. I got you. And she can't do it because all the other men before you who disappointed her. So what I'm saying is, black men, we got to be patient with our women because we created that personality.
We have to be held accountable for their poor selection.
No, you have to be held accountable because they have a poor selection.
Women might not even realize that they're pushing their man away until it's too late, until he's gone. Here's how you notice. It's not always cheating that drives men out. It's disrespect, constant negativity, emasculinizing him, belittling him, and making him feel like no matter what he does, it's never enough. When men feel drained instead of inspired, they don't explode. They retreat. They stop opening up. They stop putting in effort. They stop fighting for the relationship. And then the women play the victim, acting blindsided when he finally leaves. But the truth is, you created an environment where he couldn't thrive, where his presence felt like a burden instead of a blessing. And men will not stay where they feel unvalued, unseen, unappreciated. So if your man is pulling away, stop pointing the finger at him and look in the mirror. You might be the reason. Respect him, admire him, build him up instead of tearing him down, because the moment he realizes peace exists without you, he'll never come back. And that's a hard truth most women don't want to hear.
You are allowed to leave your perfect husband. You are allowed to end a relationship with a really great boyfriend. The kind of guy that all your friends and family love. They say you're so lucky to have found him. He checks all the boxes and he really cares about you. You're allowed to end that relationship. Because no matter how good he is, no matter how great he is to all the other people in your life, how much they all love him, it does not change the fact that when you get into bed beside this man at night, you feel inside. It does not change the fact that when you do the bedroom things, you don't feel passion. You don't feel like your body is singing and coming to life because, by the way, that's what it's supposed to feel like, FYI. You just feel like you are going through the motions of something that you are trying to get over and done with. And you don't feel an urge to be close with him throughout the day. You don't feel an urge to be affectionate. In fact, you feel resentment. And that resentment is starting to spill out in bitterness.
Of course, anyone is allowed to leave anyone, but ladies, you better be ready to be the villain, especially if that good man you're leaving is your husband. And I'm just gonna say it because most women cannot handle being the villain, which is exactly why women will make a good man out to be a bad guy. So on top of completely blindsiding her husband with divorce papers, she also oftentimes publicly bashes him in order to justify leaving him. And don't even get me started with what she'll say about him if they have kids together and she doesn't want to share them. That's the side of this advice that's really messed up.
Pay attention to this video.
I don't think women are built to deal with men's emotions.
But I handle yours.
Sometimes.
Sometimes? What do you mean?
I'm not saying you don't listen. That's not what I'm saying. A man is very afraid to share all of his emotions with his wife because there is a cost to it.
How so? What
if
cost?
I tell you that I'm scared or I'm nervous or something in the business has me shook, in the moment, you might be like, hey, that's okay. But deep down inside, there's a part of you that starts to feel unsafe. And that shows up in different ways. It'll start to show up in the lack of connection. It'll start to show up in going to old patterns because you're trying to protect yourself. Sometimes I'm afraid to tell you if there's financial issues or the business isn't running the way it could be, because if I create scarcity or fear in you, then I also have to clear that up. It creates more work for me.
Yeah.
So sometimes I would rather not say anything at all. This is why so many men just choose not to talk.
I will ask my man for permission before I do anything. And people will say stuff like, oh, you gotta ask him for everything? Yes. Babe, can I buy this? Can I do this? Can I do that? Can I go there? If the answer is yes, then yes. If the answer is no, it's no. And that's a big problem we have nowadays because a lot of women don't listen to their men. And that's a respect thing. I'm not telling you to listen to a man that disrespect you and treat you like you ain't worth nothing. I'm talking about a man that values you and cares about you. And you know why we should listen to them? Because women, we're emotional creatures. So sometimes we'll take some decisions and we'll do some silly things without thinking because we just wired emotionally. So that's why it's good to have a man that cares about you, values you, and respects you. And then you ask him, what do you think about this? Should I do this? Should I do that? And the moment he says no, don't become all like, oh, why you gotta say no? Think about it. Why did he say no? Because this man cares about me, right? He values you. He's a good man. So why wouldn't you listen to his judgment? Hey, listen to your man.
You are allowed to leave your perfect husband. You are allowed to end a relationship with a really great boyfriend. The kind of guy that all your friends and family love. They say you're so lucky to have found him. He checks all the boxes and he really cares about you. You're allowed to end that relationship. Because no matter how good he is, no matter how great he is to all the other people in your life, how much they all love him, it does not change the fact that when you get into bed beside this man at night, you feel inside. It does not change the fact that when you do the bedroom things, you don't feel passion. You don't feel like your body is singing and coming to life because, by the way, that's what it's supposed to feel like, FYI. You just feel like you are going through the motions of something that you are trying to get over and done with. And you don't feel an urge to be close with him throughout the day. You don't feel an urge to be affectionate. In fact, you feel resentment. And that resentment is starting to spill out in bitterness.
Of course, anyone is allowed to leave anyone, but ladies, you better be ready to be the villain, especially if that good man you're leaving is your husband. And I'm just gonna say it because most women cannot handle being the villain, which is exactly why women will make a good man out to be a bad guy. So on top of completely blindsiding her husband with divorce papers, she also oftentimes publicly bashes him in order to justify leaving him. And don't even get me started with what she'll say about about him if they have kids together and she doesn't want to share them. That's the side of this advice that's really messed up.
Okay, I'm driving home from work and I just need to talk because I really have nobody to talk to and I'm really just not doing well. My whole life, I really just have felt like kind of never really anybody's favorite person, favorite friend, really anything like that. And it's really starting to weigh on me a lot. Where I just feel like I don't know, like I just am so alone and I'm just really struggling, and I guess I'm just saying this so if you feel this way, just know you're not alone and this life is hard and you're in this with somebody else who feels like this. So have a good night, everybody.
You know, you really want to say to the young lady that was, you know, she's talking about, well, you know, I've never really felt like anybody's person. Well, you know, surprise, surprise. This is what a lot of men go through. Having to, you know, figure out the world on their own. And I know you would probably say, well, just get some friends to do it with. True enough, but, and you can, but men don't really have the luxury of just, oh, I stopped and saw somebody in the grocery store and we just hit it off and we just talked there for 3 hours and now we're friends and now we're going to Starbucks. They don't really have the luxury like that. What they usually do is they'll meet somebody during work or during an activity. Like you might be at a football game and you turn around and high five somebody. I was already doing that. I was in the middle of doing that. Right, man, I saw these guys at, you know, my job and we just started talking and I heard him say he grilled and he invited me over. So I was like, hey, man, yeah, I'll be over there. For sure. And so that's how men, you know, kind of make friends, is in the middle of doing stuff. Right. So they don't, a lot of men don't have the time or the luxury to just kind of be hanging out and like, oh, I'm just looking for, you know, friends. That's not really how that works for men, you know. So men kind of have to, and even when they do, the men are like, yeah, we're friends, but we know what the mission is. That's why you have a lot of guys in the military that stay in contact and connected to each other, because we went through a lot of hard things, and that's still my brother. I don't care what color he is. I don't care where he's from. I don't care what language you speak. We spoke the language of fear, survival. I'm trying to get the heck up out of here. I'm just trying to get back home. That's the language, right? And so you see a lot of war veterans now, and you know, even the ones who are still living from way back in the past, you see them talk like that, and these brothers are tearing up because of all of the hard times, but then they still come back and talk about the mission. Yeah, man, it's hard. Da, 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 da. So they know even in the midst of making friends and even in the midst of having friends, I still got a job to do. So yeah, a lot of men know exactly what you're talking about.
Fellas, it's okay not to go back and forth with a because you a man, you said what you said, and men lead with authority. Don't argue with that.
This is some toxic stuff I'm about to say, but it's a lot easier to pull this when you don't give her any commitment, because then she'll get right because she's hoping for that commitment. But once you locked in with a woman, she gonna test you all the time. She's gonna test you, and if you don't go back and forth with her, a lot of women will feel like you don't care, and that'll be their way to end the relationship. And a lot of people will say, well, who cares, you know, she toxic anyway. But it's just like, man, I think we see like breaking up as an actual failure. Women, they get the support, they get the, if they break up with somebody, everybody around them will blame it on the dude, and she'll have ammunition. You know, I know you probably won't care, but she'll have you know, every time things would get rough, he would just shut down. That's what they'll say. He just shut down and he didn't want to talk about it. and he would just try to control me. That's also what they'll say. You're controlling. So as a man, you really just can't win unless you just play the field, unless you like. But once you get locked in, there's so many different tactics to just end a relationship. It's terrible, man.
So this black woman messaged me and she was like, I feel as though you empathize with black men, but you don't empathize with black women. Well, the reason why I empathize with black men is because black men are the most disrespected out of all the races in the world, right? Black men are the most disrespected by their woman, meaning the black woman, right? There is no other race in the world where women think that it's okay to disrespect their man the way that black women disrespect black men. And here's the crazy part about it. Let's go to the statistics. Let's go to the facts. Black women are the least likely to get married. Black men are getting married at higher rates than black women. Black men are commodities. If you go to any place around the world, most women want black men. Black men are commodities. But for whatever reason, black women don't see that. And then they are entitled and think that they're supposed to come with all this baggage, be out of shape, have all these kids, out of marriage, and just be really a hot mess. And then a black man is just supposed to be like, well, I should just settle for this. The black woman really thinks that the black man should be happy with settling with their nonsense and foolishness, on top of being combative and disrespectful. Why would a black man deal with that when he can go get a woman from another race that is going to not have kids the whole nine and want to actually get on his program? I'm going to need black women to wake up.
At what point are we allowed to start asking for some money?
Digital panhandling at its finest. Viewer discretion is advised.
Because y'all be all upset at us at the beginning when we be like, oh, can I get my nails done? Can I get my hair done? Well, when can I?
How about when it's an actual committed relationship? How about that? How about when it's confirmed that you are mine and I am yours, and we with each other? And it's not about the money. It's about the fact that you with me and I with you. How about that? How about the point when you prove to me that it's not about the money, right? It's not that you're just waiting on the moment to ask me for some money. How about that? How about when you make your intentions clear to me? Like, hey, I'm going to bust it open for you. I just want you to pay a couple of these bills. Because contrary to popular belief, the frustration doesn't come in because y'all ask for money. It's the fact that y'all ask men y'all don't even know or men that y'all haven't done anything for. And some of y'all don't even ask. Y'all demand it like you are entitled to this man's funds. You see how you get online and made this video? You're digitally panhandling right now. This is the shit we don't like because we don't know you. This is the worst time and the worst way to ask a man for some money, because the first thing we are thinking is, who the is she? You see how that worked? Not to mention you made that video and then called men a at the end of it. That's not a really good selling point. You're not really convincing us. But knowing y'all ain't gonna listen to me. Y'all still gonna be asking random men that y'all don't know or y'all haven't done anything for some money. And like in every other video, y'all ain't gotta listen to me. I'm just a normal guy. Y'all keep the change.
Okay, here are some things that I don't think men should be able to do.
Let's just try to have some fun. Number one is birthday weeks. You get one day to celebrate your birthday, like everyone else. And you can choose the day, but none of this Friday night we're getting dinner, but then Saturday is the actual party, and then Sunday we're doing rest. None of that. One day. Number two is have a favorite movie. Every time I've heard a woman say the phrase, my favorite movie is, the movie that follows is typically 55% on Rotten Tomatoes at best. Number three is dream. Like when you're asleep. I had a dream that you were mean to me. I had a dream that you broke up with me. You guys craft enough hypothetical scenarios while you're awake. The fact that your brain keeps doing that while you're on Do Not Disturb is kind of crazy. So no more dreaming. Number four is live in Little Rock, Arkansas. Little Rock is no place for a lady. It's as simple as that. Last but certainly not least, number five, I think we all saw it coming, drive. Like any vehicle at this point.
Oh man. Here come all the bipolar, emotionally unstable women coming in my comments because of my previous post. I said what I said. Women are some of the biggest hypocrites. For example, there was a guy not too long ago on social media. He got custody of his 3 kids, right? And he posted a video online of him asking his baby mama for help. And she was like, no, you took me to court, you got them, so you handle them. All the women in the comments was like, that's right, girl. F them kids. Live your life. Not one of them was calling her a deadbeat. Not one of them was calling her names. They was telling her to go live her life.
See, y'all are the ones that God had to unalive in that flood back in the day. Y'all are not conducive to the progression of this society. Y'all was reprobate back then, and y'all are still reprobate today. The difference is, he gonna use fire instead of flood this time.
I just saw a video of a girl saying something along the lines of, her boyfriend worked like 12, 13 hours, said he was too tired to like stop and pick up food on the way home. Been there, done that. And so she was like, I'm cooking him and taking him dinner. The very first comment when I opened up that comment section, and what does he do for you, sis? Okay. I'm going to talk in a very broad sense. In this generation, it's all about me, me, me. I. What do I get? What do I want? Since when? When did it leave everybody's brain that a relationship was supposed to be a partnership? When did that leave? Common sense has left the building. And everybody, me. What does he do for me? What does she do for me? What do I get out of this? What am I going to get? I'm not going to be in a relationship until I get everything that I need. I just...
They, her, us. I'll give you guys an example. Will Smith, legendary actor, sitting at a red table with his wife. And guess what happens? She goes ahead and says some stupid, oh, I had an entanglement. And in that instant, bam, career gone. Nobody remembers iRobot. Nobody remembers I Am Legend. Nobody remembers Men in Black. Nobody remembers Independence Day. Nobody remembers Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Nothing. All I remember seeing was Will Smith sitting at a table with red eyes on the verge of tears from his woman embarrassing him on TV. And he still hasn't recovered. Then he had the slap with Chris Rock. I give you guys that example to show you a man with a background like Will Smith, who's literally a legend in music and entertainment and acting in movies and TV shows. But his legacy has been tarnished because what? A stupid that wanted to be a whore. Right? That's facts. Bro went from I Am Legend to I Am Simp. Like, what's going on here? If a woman like that could destroy Will Smith's legacy, what the do you think is going to happen to you guys? Will Smith can't even save himself from these whores.
The girl say he gonna use a fire instead of a flood to destroy you modern women. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. That's how you know somebody's fed up. When they hit you with that, he gonna use fire to destroy y'all. Y'all ain't nothing but the devil. And she's not wrong. That's what modern women are today. They ain't nothing but the devil. Nothing but Satan. And that's what they know they are. You can't really trust these modern women. All they do is cause chaos. All they do is cause confusion. There ain't... Modern women at this point, there's not really a lot that they're adding. There's not really a lot that they're adding. A lot of them are losers. A lot of them don't really have anything going for them. For the ladies that are, out here making a little money and stuff like that, they don't really have any morals. They think everything is about them. And so they want you to follow what they got going on. They want you to do what they want you to do, how they want you to do, when they want you to do it. They don't think there's any room for free thought, free will, and free expression outside of them.
I get very annoyed when people make very generalized statements about dads, like, dads don't know what they're doing, because yes, they do. It just annoys us because they probably do things very differently than the way that we do them, and we don't want to admit they're right. But prime example for you, story time. We're going on spring break. It's me, my husband, our 2 kids. Now, I like to consider myself the president of the party planning committee around here, so I start planning the spring break road trip of a lifetime. We're gonna hit up the Indiana Children's Museum. We're gonna go through Gatlinburg, hit up Dollywood, then go to all the Ripley's Believe It or Not exhibits in Myrtle Beach. We're talking roller coasters, gourmet ice cream, swimming with stingrays. Somewhere along the drive in Tennessee, my husband goes, I just kind of want to drive around aimlessly and find something. So I'm like, okay, bet, we have time. All of a sudden, he pulls off to the side of the road and stops the car. And he goes, look, a giant rock. And sure enough, there was like the most giganticest rock I had ever seen, just sitting there on the grass. And then he goes, should we climb it? And the kids are like, yeah! And I'm like, oh, I don't know, it's a really big rock. What if the kids get hurt? And And the kids are like, boo, mom, boo, and then start climbing the rock like little geckos. Here they are on said rock. Y'all, we went underground cave kayaking, went to an entire theme park, met a mermaid that looked a lot like Emily King. And if you ask my kids to this day their favorite part of the spring break road trip, it is the big rock. Dads know what they're doing.
Yo, some women get on my nerve. Like, they're over here turning 40, telling me that, oh, I can't find a good man. I can't find a good man. And then they talk to someone and they just stop talking to them. And I'm like, well, what the fuck happened? Oh, well, I asked him what he was doing and he told me he was eating chicken wings. Okay, and that was it. He was eating chicken wings. You just stopped talking to him because he was eating chicken wings? No, he should have, like, ate something healthier. Like, I want my guy to eat something healthy. The guy wants chicken wings. You just stop talking to a guy for eating chicken wings. That's why you 40 and single. Like, what do you mean they ain't good guys? He's not a good guy because he eats chicken wings? Get the fuck out of here. Everybody.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? If you go into it with the intention of getting money for your services, what is that?
On paper?
Yeah. Okay. If you go into it and you realize you don't like the man, and you want Birkins and trips and money in exchange for your time, what is that?
On paper?
Yeah. Okay. Third, last one. If you go into it.
Oh, wait. I changed my mind. That's tricky. That's tricky.
Okay.
Because you now you done put some items on there. You said Birkins and purses and stuff like that. And I don't like you. That's a sugar daddy.
Okay. Is sugar daddy different than John?
I think it's different. You f***ing the John. The
So-
pimp is your manager.
So, if you just go to dinner with a man and he pay for dinner, but then he's like, you know what? I know you had to miss a show. You had a show. You had to miss this show. You was gonna make $20,000 doing this show. Here go $20,000 because you went out to dinner. What is that?
That's the sponsor.
Okay, I'm out of the I'm over it. I don't know what the going on no more.
What's your thought process on it though?
That's my thought. Those were my questions. I don't have no further thoughts because I had to figure out what I don't know the tier system.
What did you assume before this conversation?
All of it is.
That's what I've been saying though. Everybody got a little toot in them.
A little toot. What the hell is wrong with her, man?
Effective immediately with DJ Head and Gina View.
I totally understand why men wanted their wives to stay home and do the cooking and the cleaning while they worked. There was a point in time where my boyfriend stayed home because he had a work from home job and I was working full time going to work and from work. And he did everything. He did the cooking, he did the cleaning, he did the shop, like all of that. I would go to work, I would come home, dinner, ready, laundry, done, floors, vacuumed, okay? All of it, right? It was like, this is what it feels like to have a stay-at-home wife. It was bliss.
Let me just say, I think this is pretty dope. I love the fact that she's able to experience what a lot of men have experienced over the years. Not so much nowadays, but back in the days, this happened all the time. But I do want to say, this is pretty interesting to me, considering the fact that he is doing the exact same thing a stay-at-home wife would be doing, and he's still working a full-time job. She said the man works from home. I didn't say it, she said it. So that means this man is cooking, cleaning, doing the laundry, vacuum cleaning. This is what she said. But there are a bunch of women out here complaining when they have to do it without a job. I posted a video a while ago about this guy who has a 1-year-old. He works from home, but he takes care of the child, cleans the house, cooks, do all the stuff that a stay-at-home mother would do. And he was blown away by how easy this is. So I think it's time for y'all to come clean, ladies. It ain't as hard as y'all keep saying it is.
You're a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar.
Let's just be honest. I think it just comes down to bad organizational skills, bad time management, bad planning. And for some of those women, they're just plain lazy. But y'all gonna quit coming on here acting like being a stay-at-home wife is a big deal, because we on to y'all now.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Put some shorts on. You're like naked out. Respect yourself. Put some clothes on. Actually? Yes.
Respect?
Yes, it's very cold outside. You're like naked.
What did you say?
I said respect yourself.
Why? What do I have to respect myself? I'm wearing a jacket.
Why
I'm
to
wearing
respect
shorts.
yourself?
I'm wearing a jacket and shorts.
No.
What's your problem?
What do you mean? Your whole butt is out and you're barely wearing a top.
I'm wearing a top and my pants and my legs are showing.
This guy's clipping us right now.
You're clipping us.
I actually believe in this. I think you should respect yourself.
I do respect myself very much.
No, your butt's out.
My butt is not out.
Huh? I'm not baiting anything. I believe in it.
Stop. Actually, fuck you and fuck your fucking
I guarantee
you. Fuck you and fuck your fucking shirt.
you put the outfit on sober, so you can't blame it on the alcohol.
Fuck you. Actually, fuck you. What do you mean? I'm wearing shorts and a fucking top.
Okay.
Fuck off.
Very effective for someone who respects herself.
Future is not going to be great for feminists. You guys are going to get the equality that you're asking for. Feminism empowered women to sign up for previously male-dominated careers that they quit. 48 to 73% of female lawyers quit either as junior associates or at mid-career. 73% of women who got engineering degrees in the past 15 years either have never entered the field professionally or quit early mid-career. These companies often bend over backwards to get women hired to the point of discrimination against male qualified candidates. Then women quit because they don't want to work the long hours or deal with the levels of stress for an extended period of time, with women being 2.5 more likely to take antidepressants than men. Feminism has empowered women to go to college and take out loans they can't afford for career paths that will not generate them income to pay off those loans.
Men have higher debt than women.
Right, because women put their biggest expenses on their husband's credit card.
My soon-to-be ex-husband just pulled up to my house in a brand new truck, and I'm not really sure if I'm sad about it or if I'm mad about it. There's a little bit of both happening there, because a brand new truck really mattered more to this man than his marriage and his dog. Which, I mean, if he wants to be the loser that lives in an apartment with a brand new car, then by all means be my guest. All he's doing is showing me that he really was a financial burden on me and that I should not keep him around. One of the most consistent arguments we had was that he wanted a brand new $100,000 truck.
I think that most guys watching this will guarantee you that that man is so happy with his new truck. And he's probably not even thinking twice about what his ex-wife thinks about it. Because that's one of the biggest benefits of being single. You get to make all of your choices yourself. And my biggest piece of advice to that soon-to-be ex-wife is to let it go, because pretty soon you're not going to have any ties to that man.
I don't think men are good people. All men. I don't think they're good people. Why not? The reason for that is, like, for men to do things that they consider small in the flesh of, like, cheating. You know that that's going to destroy your partner, but you do it anyway. That's not a mistake. We've watched the same story over and over again.
Yeah.
And just because I'm a woman, I'm supposed to accept your betrayal.
Right.
Because you're taking advantage of my love for you, and I'm supposed to just be the one behind you riding or dying. I'm not with nobody. To see girls come up to me, I'm the girl they come up to all day long crying. They tell me the most disgusting of stories that I couldn't even believe. And a lot of times men, the wrong man, will stunt your growth as a woman.
Have you ever cheated in a relationship? That's exactly what I was about to ask.
Yes, I've cheated.
You know, I think CJ was reacting to a clip where he was discussing stay-at-home moms and, you know, how a dad recently went viral for saying, you know, this is not as hard as a lot of mothers out there are claiming it to be. And true enough, you know, I think what happens is, you know, you start to get into the weeds and you start to, okay, this needs to be done. I got to do this. Okay, well, if I did this, maybe I could do this, and a whole bunch of stuff that you start doing, which is good. But you start thinking that you're the only one doing it. I mean, I think you finding different, oh, I didn't know that was there in this part of the house. You start finding different things that your husband doesn't even know about. And then you start laying that to his charge. Oh yeah, I bet you didn't even know about this. I bet you didn't even know about that. You know, what do you actually know about your own home? You just pay the bills here. That's an emotional state. And you forget he's at work all day. If the man were to take you to his job, because he's not at home all the time like you are, that's your portion of it. And so you're going to notice little things around the house, working with the machinery, hey, you know, I noticed the soap work better. I noticed with our washing machine, maybe the next washing machine we get, it should be this type because I think it'll be better for it. A man will get it for you. You know what I mean? He'll get it for you. He'll try to figure out it. I mean, if it's too expensive and he just can't do it, then he just can't do it. But if it's in his wheelhouse, and like if it's anywhere remotely close, and sometimes for men, it don't even have to be that close. They'll try to figure out for years ways to get it for you because they love you. But all I'm saying is, hey, we need this washing machine as an example. Okay, let's see how we can get it, make your life easier. Oh, I noticed this thing about the house. You know, can you look at it when you get home? It's something specific. It's not going to take all day. He can do it for you. But a lot of times, some of these ladies, when they say look at something for me, they mean 2 to 4 hours. And that's another job. Even before he's gotten off of his feet. Well, I had to do this. I had to do. He come into complaining. He come into bickering and arguing. He had to listen to that before he went to work from you. Listen to it from the kids. He got to go to work. He listened to all that foolishness all day at work. He got to listen to it from you on lunch break and his boss, because won't nobody leave him alone on lunch break. He got to get off lunch break and do it, listen to you while trying to work, and listen to his boss. And he got to listen to bicker and argue and complain and all that stuff when he on the way home. And then when he walk in, all day it's the same thing. But you're mad at him because he don't understand your perspective, your side of it. But you never step foot in his office. You never step foot in his environment. So you wouldn't know what he got going on either. That's what we be saying. Y'all think y'all know everything. Y'all think y'all are better, but you're not. Absolutely not.